Hey y'all, this is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 3 Episode 7. The link to the full episode is down below in the description box, and this is just a review. Okay, so first off, it starts off with Kirk and Rashida. Kirk is not feeling the idea of Rashida going out of town with her girls to New Orleans. And he's basically feeling insecure about it. He doesn't want her to go. He's coming up with all these excuses on why she shouldn't go. He says, well, I don't feel as if the finances are right for you to take this trip to New Orleans. And Rashida's like, well, if the finances wasn't right for that, if we can afford for me to go to New Orleans, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't even take this trip. And he's like, okay, so what about Carter? And Rashida's like, Kirk, you take care of Carter perfectly fine by yourself. And plus, we have my mother already asked her. So basically, he just doesn't want her to go. He's feeling insecure because, she's an attractive lady, and a lot of men hit on her, and I guess he can't take it anymore. It's too much for him. So then we go on to Walker and Deb, Anthony, and Tammy. And, Walker had just lost his youngest brother. He committed suicide. His name was Kato Red. And, basically he was becoming legally blind, and he was also would have to deal with defending his mother and his brother all the time online because, it's a lot of haters online. It's a lot of people that just, they internet thugs, basically. And, Deb said that the night before, he told her, he was sitting out there planning out his funeral, and he told her, you're gonna have to plan this funeral very soon. And she was like, that's not funny. Don't even say that. And as Deb is telling Walker and Tammy this, Walker's like, wow, this is deep. This too deep for me. And he starts to get choked up, but he doesn't really want to cry on camera. And he walks away and he goes in the other room. He does what he gotta do. So it's next thing you know, it starts to rain, and then Tammy's like, "Oh wow, this is getting scary. Like it's raining." And Tammy's like, not Tammy. Deborah's like, "Is it rain, or you could think of it as tears?" And she's talking to Tammy, and then next thing you know, it starts to thunder, and Tammy jumps. She's like, "Oh no! I can't take this." And I guess she go follow Walker in the room. And Deborah's like, "I know he's still with me. He just told me. That was my sign. He told me that he was here with me." And then later on, so we're gonna get this whole Deborah and Tammy's situation out of the way for this episode. So later on, she goes on her radio station that her and Walker have, and it's B100. And she goes and she starts a new organization, basically. It's called, what is it? RIP? Stop RIP or something. It's, Reckless Internet. Oh gosh, I can't even think of it. It's reckless. It's basically to stop, thugging online. Stop coming after people like that online, because that's what her son had to do. So I respect it. Sorry, y'all. I watched this a few hours ago, like 5 hours ago, so I don't really remember. Some stuff happened, but. Yeah, and then they actually do like a PSA on Love and Hip Hop when they go to kind of like a middle, commercial, and she's like, we need to go to my website, and it's called Pledge Stop RIPing. Which is Reckless Internet Gosh, I can't think of the P part. I'm so sorry, y'all. And, you know, I think that was actually like one of the only positive moments that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has ever had this whole, you know, series they've been on. This is a ratchet ass show, so that was actually kind of shocking to me. So we're gonna move on from that. So they go on to Carly Red and Young Joc. Young Joc is having his little, you know, he's at a nightclub performing I Got Business. Or really, I think the song is called I Got Bitches. And Carly goes and talks to Kirk, and Kirk's telling her about, you know, Benzino. He asking her, and she's like, yeah, I miss Benzino, you know. I'm gonna always love him. And he's telling, you know, where he's with somebody else, and him and Stevie J is about to open up this nightclub or this restaurant or whatever the hell it's supposed to be. And you know, I think you should come through. And let me just say this, Kirk was being messy. This was an absolutely messy episode. I can't believe Kirk was being so damn messy. So then, you know, they go into Stevie J and Benzino and Jocelyn and Althea. They're showing them the spot that they have picked for their restaurant. And, you know, Jocelyn's like, okay, well, you know, I'm going to start having my night of singing. And Benzino like, no, this, you know, your night going to be my night. And she's like, don't nobody with his ass sing. So then Althea and Jocelyn go to the side and they talking. And she's like, you know, Benzino used to be with Carly. And, you know, Carly, you know, she really, they used to be together or whatever. And Carly is basically was just in it for the money. That's what Jocelyn told Althea. And, you know, you gotta watch that bitch. Because Althea told her that, you know, she had always liked Benzino or whatever, but she had heard that he was with Carly. And Jocelyn was like, so? I can't stand no females like that. Like, come on now, have some morals. Really, if somebody is with somebody, respect their relationship. Why do you feel the need to interfere? You know, because it's all karma. It's going to come back on you. You know, Jocelyn dealing with that shit now. I mean, shit, I think she always been dealing with it. So, Benzino and Stevie's talking, and Benzino tells Stevie that she's the one, Althea's the one, and I'm going to propose to her in a couple of weeks. And Stevie's trying to tell him, like, slow down, like, you moving too fast. And Zeno's like, oh, I ain't moving fast enough, brother. And he's like, come on now, you done already proposed to Carly. And Benzino's like, oh, well, she's completely different from Carly. And, you know, Jocelyn and Althea's talking. And somehow they bring up Nico, and Althea says, you know, she used to sleep with Nico or whatever like that. And Jocelyn's like, oh, really? Like, she being messy herself. This was a messy ass episode. And she was like, yeah, but Benzino knows. He knows everything. You know, I tell him everything. So they go on and they have the opening for Sleazy and Zeno's. Guess who shows up? Miss Carly Red, who was invited by Kirk. So Carly goes up to Benzino and Althea, and she's like, you know, hey, Zeno, how you been doing or whatever. And Althea's like, hey, what are you doing here? How did you get here or whatever? And she asks, Benzino, do you have, did you give her your new number? And Carly's like, well, I got all his number. Yeah, I got his number all the time. You know, we're going to always talk. And Althea's like, well, Benzino, I thought that was the point of you changing your number so, you know, new people wouldn't have them. Or old people wouldn't have them. And so they start arguing. Of course, you know, they get into their little catty fight, and Althea throws a drink in him. And Jocelyn finds out. She's like, what's going on? She's like, oh, I gotta talk to that Althea about being messy. And they also told Carly that, you know, I heard you kept saying that you missed the dick. And then she's like, no, honey, I didn't say I missed the dick. You know, the dick misses me. And then they was like, well, Kirk said that you said you missed the dick. And Carly's like, oh, I got to go holler and check Kirk. I'm like, why is Kirk being so damn messy? I did not expect this from him. I expected this shit from the women, but not for him to be this damn messy. So, you know, they fight or whatever. And then later on, it goes into Mimi and Nico. And they're having their 1 year anniversary party, right? Really is a promotion for the sex tape. I don't know what's wrong with Nico. I mean, not Nico. With Mimi, when she can't see this or she's being so blind. Don and Nico is fucking using you. It's like they working together and you just don't know this shit. Don goes up there and she's like, we're celebrating Mimi and Nico's 1 year anniversary. They are now the new adult entertainers of Atlanta. And Mimi's on the side looking stupid like, oh shit, why can't I just enjoy the anniversary party? And Nico's like, yeah. So he gets up there and talk. And he's like, yeah, y'all need to check out that sex tape. You know, it's gonna be crazy. You know, it's coming real soon. In a few weeks. And they try to give it to Mimi to speak. And Mimi basically like, I ain't got shit to say. And, you know, gives the mic away. And Nico's like, y'all need to check that out. It's gonna be real interesting. And Mimi's in her confessionals or whatever talking about some. Or her little side interview talking about some. I don't know what's wrong with Nico. It seems like all he want to do is, you know, promote this sex tape. And I'm just trying to enjoy our anniversary. It's like, come on, Mimi. Don't you get this shit? Don't you get it? I'm really starting to feel sorry for you. Because they are truly taking advantage of you. And you cannot be this stupid to believe that they are genuine. They are not being genuine at all. Really. Come on now. You really need to go on Ion and fix my life because this shit is fucked up. This is a mess. This is truly a mess. Come on now. He is not looking out for your best intentions. And you know Don is the old scallywag that basically as soon as she got, you know, Jocelyn or whatever was done with her, she threw all her business out in the streets. These are not genuine people. You don't need to have these damn people around you. For real. So anyway, I mean, it kind of pissed me off. So we're going to go on and finish talking. Let's talk about Bambi and Scrappy. Well, first let's talk about Scrappy and Mama D. So they out trying bikes or whatever. And Scrappy like, you know, I'm out Miami after the birthday party trying to get away, clear my head. And you up here, you know, setting up meetings and shit. She complained something about, I had food all in my hair. It's like, you did that shit to yourself. You had no reason. He told you to stay out of his damn business. And then she told him, well, they was getting out of control. They out of hand. You know, you gotta keep, you just need to be single. Okay? And just date. Which probably he should be. I don't think he's the relationship type at all. Okay? Maybe when he 50, maybe not. So, he tells her, okay, well, let's make an agreement. You need to stay out of my business. Okay, I got this. And she's like, okay, I will. But we all know she ain't. So, Scrappy gonna meet up with Bambi. And, you know, Bambi's out to eat or whatever with her girls. he pulled her to the side to talk to her, and she like, look, I ain't got time to be dealing with this shit with you and your mama. You know, I'm through with it. She bring me in this bullshit. I went trying to go out of respect for her. I ain't got time to be dealing with this. You know, you go ahead. And they arguing. She like, you know, I want to slap you. He put his finger in her face. You gonna listen, you know. And he's mad. She's like, look, I don't even understand why I was you know, talking to this bitch. I have no reason to talk to her. And I'm through with you. Actually, she was like Smokey. You know, I'm going to rehab. I'm through with this shit. That's how she sounds, shit. But yeah, I think they're gonna end back up together anyway, so it's just all bullshit, you know. He said he told her he's so tired of her, nagging her, and I think we best as friends. And it's like, okay, we'll be friends then, shit. We tired of hearing about it. So then, who else I ain't talk about? That's about it for this Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You know, oh, forgot to tell you, Miss Jocelyn went to meet up with Carly. Messy. She went and met up with Carly to get the tea on really what happened. And Carly tells her, you know, Alf came to me talking about, I heard that you was saying that you miss Benzino's dick or whatever. And Kirk was going and telling them that I said I missed the dick. And she's like, oh, really? And then she's like, I ain't even worried about that, okay? Because I got a man now. And she's like, okay, who your man is? She's like, girl, my man is Young Jock. And she was like, Justin's like, the rapper? She's like, yeah, girl. And then she was like, oh, okay, And then she was like, girl, so let me tell you. So, me and Jot, it's this chick. Everywhere we go, she's there with me and Jot. And so he tells me, you know, I got a house to show you. And this chick is the person that has the house she's showing us. So, I go in, and I ask her, are you fucking my man? And girl, don't you know? She said yes. Jocelyn like, what? And then she's like, what you do, girl? And she like, girl, my Gucci bag just hit her face. I was like, is this the most fakest ass shit? First of all, Jocelyn was just talking in this same episode, even though I do realize that definitely from seeing this episode, Love and Hip Hop set this shit up so where they could just make it all juicy and it just play together, because they had stuff on there from end of last year to February to April, all in this one episode. And, you know, in last episode, they was, you know, in 2014. It's all over the place. So, she just, she was real messy. I don't know how long ago that was. She had told Althea all that, but she was talking shit about Carly. Then she called Carly up to meet with her. I'm like, this is shit. This is the fakest shit ever. And then, so Jocelyn like, yeah, girl, you know, I don't trust these men, you know. Me and Stevie, man, but I don't trust him, you know. I don't trust him at all. And, you know, I used to check his phone, but, you know, I'm going to check it now. I ain't checked it in a while. And Carly's like, oh, you think he's messing around? She's like, yeah, I know he messing around, okay? That's all he do. So, later on, Jocelyn and Stevie are at dinner. And Jocelyn's like, Stevie started talking about wedding plans. And then she like, you talking about setting up these wedding plans, but, you know, you need to worry about, is this marriage going to continue, or if we're going to get to divorce? And he's like, what are you talking about? And then she like, I went through your phone. and I see all these damn titties and ass and pussy pictures all in your phone. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. See, ain't nothing in my phone but business. Ain't nothing in my phone but business. And then she was like, no, you got all them bitches in your phone. Okay? You know, I'm through with this. And she takes her ring off, put it on the table. He's like, okay, well, be through with it. But your life is over. She's like, no, my life's not over. I'm 27, honey. My life has just begun. And then he's like, okay, your career gonna be over. She's like, nope, no it ain't. I'm gonna be just fine. And he's like, look, you know, I can't deal with this shit. I don't know what you tripping for. I need to find another spot, move out the house. And they argue. It's like, you know how many times we done seen Jocelyn get mad at Stevie? Said she was leaving him. And then the next day or two, she was right back with him. Jocelyn ain't going nowhere. Now, I do believe she can do better without him. But she just got to learn better. She, you know, she ain't going nowhere. She never has. Hopefully one day she'll get an epiphany. and come to her senses, really. But she ain't going nowhere. That's it for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 3, Episode 7. Link down below in the description box. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Jazz Chapman. And I do have a video that I had put up last. What was that? No, not even put up. I was shooting the Love and Hip Hop review last week. And the damn bug freaked me the hell out. And the video is funny once the bug freaked me out or whatever. It's funny. So if you want to see me post that up or whatever, just, you know, like this video and write it down below in the comments and tell me you want to see the video and I'll put it up. So, no, that's it. Peace, y'all. Be easy.